Love coffee crisp. Well, if you want to volunteer, we got some great ideas for you. Community and Corporate Partnerships Manager from Volunteer Toronto, Camara Chambers, is here, and a volunteer from the Ecologos, is that what you call
Ecologos.
it? Ecologos Institute. Bob Isenberber is here too. Good to have you both here.
Hi, thank you.
Lovely to see you again.
Thank you.
So tell me about National Volunteer Week.
So National Volunteer Week, it happens every year in April. This year it's April 6th to April 12th. And it's really an opportunity to thank the 13 million volunteers across Canada. So here in Toronto, we're encouraging all the organisations that we work with to celebrate their volunteers and really say thank you to them at this special time. It's quite exciting.
What would we do without our volunteers?
I know.
Seriously.
So many volunteers across the city and across the country do amazing work every day, and we really think it's great to thank them for that.
This show couldn't function
Yes.
without volunteers. So it's not just people who help out at nursing homes or that sort of thing.
No.
I mean, it just runs the gamut of opportunities that are out there. Bob, we're going to talk about some opportunities right now, aren't we?
Absolutely.
You've got this great project coming up all about water docks. Tell me about that.
Water Docs is a documentary film festival about all things water. This year it's 9 days long, from March 21st to the 29th. We're always based right around World Water Day. And we'll have a total of 8 different screenings, 17 films, both features and short films. And it's an amazing opportunity to learn more about the issues that we're learning increasingly are hugely challenged around water in the world these days.
No kidding. And it's funny how it's rare that people will congregate to focus on water. This is only one of 2 film festivals like this in the world, isn't it?
As nearly as we've been able to find out, there's one base, Voices of the Waters, in Bangalore, India, and there's us. There are lots of film festivals, but nothing with such a clear focus.
Yeah, and that's surprising considering what we're learning about the state of our water. So give me a little heads up on the sorts of films we're going to see.
Well, a couple that I'm very excited about. One it will be the world premiere of a film called Cold Amazon, a film sponsored and produced by the Gordon Foundation, and all about the Mackenzie River Basin in our far north, which too few Canadians even know exist, and its huge span, the impact on communities and ecosystems in a huge part of our country. And so it's very exciting. We'll have one of the experts interviewed in the film is going to be present for a question and answer session and discussion after the film.
Is it construction? What's going on up there?
Well, it's about increased construction, of course, the oil fields development, and the impacts that are seeping in, pardon the water illusion, but that happens when you're talking the field, and having huge impacts on both the ecosystems and the cultures and communities in that broad expanse of land.
And that filters down to us here, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
There's no question.
There are no barriers when you're talking about water or anything in the environment for that matter, and so it does have impacts economically as well as culturally for the country.
You've got another one called Watermark. Now this has got a local angle too, doesn't it?
It does. We're delighted. It has been shown commercially, but a lot of people still have not seen it. Jennifer Bachwal is a Toronto-based filmmaker. She's won many awards for her films in the past. Edward Bertinsky is a Toronto-based photographer who does stunning work, bringing issues and scenes and people to life so that we can really understand the impacts of what he's showing us.
All right, so let's get back to the volunteer angle then. You need volunteers for Water Docs?
We do. We are an entirely volunteer-run organization, so we have a year-round collection of volunteers that do the ongoing planning. But of course, for the festival itself, we need another cadre of people just focused on that particular event to do all kinds of things involved with making it a successful operation. Everything from greeters at the door to people to work the box office. We're looking for a photographer to make sure we get some good record of the events. We're looking for people to be hosts for special guests, to work on the stage when we do things on stage besides the film. And so we're really hopeful if we generally do manage to get a very strong and productive core of folks working with us who get so energized they sometimes stay for every single event of the festival.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so it's great.
Well, didn't some volunteers recently create such an influence that you've added an event?
We've added a number of things this year. The one particular one that's a favorite right now, we had some new volunteers join our planning team this spring, who two of them happen to be from France. And with their energy and passion, we have added a Francophone night
awesome.
to the festival. So, starting last year, we also had a South Asia night. We're repeating some of those again this year. So, various communities within the Toronto area.
Camara, give us a recap of Volunteer Week.
Volunteer Week is really an opportunity for all those who volunteer to be thanked by the organisations that they volunteer with, to really say thank you for their efforts. And just one thing before we wrap up, at Volunteer Toronto, we're actually looking for some volunteers to facilitate a workshop for youth in March and in April. It's just 2 days commitment, and we're looking for people to really infuse youth to get involved in volunteering. So if you're interested, go to our website.
Which is volunteertoronto.ca.
Indeed.
Also, torontouthvolunteer.org. And for more information on the, what is it, Ecologos?
Ecologos.
Ecologos, go to ecologos.ca or waterdocs.ca. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
When we come back, surviving major disasters. Survival expert Stefan Verstappen will be here.